why am I letting this person be terrorized so much? This person that I love and I care about. Why am I letting them be terrorized? What am I doing? Hanging, hanging a little insulation and siding for a living today while they're being destroyed. That hit me deep in my soul. I could have got up this morning and made a choice to jump in the car, drive down, and help them. Do something. I got to get off the couch. I got to do something. And instead, I hung insulation and siding today for a little extra money and to do something that I need. And ultimately, it will make me a profit. But I went through the same emotions: stupidity, realization, awakening that I know what I need to do for them. And then the absolute, right down to my core warrior self, pissed off, mad, upset that someone could do this stuff. A group of people could do this stuff. A group of people that we think the average person thinks of as doing their job properly are terrorizing that person. And the anger hit me incredibly hard, to the point I didn't know. I've gone through so much emotion today, from not knowing who I can trust, from seeing people who are informants who got paid by the police, where the police said they were paid $10,000 to inform, where the actual police department admitted paying this person $10,000 to inform on someone else, who then got arrested, who is now in jail, who is being tortured by someone considered possibly one of their best friends who informed on them, to the people who are putting them in jail, who are bringing the charges, who are manufacturing the evidence, who truly are the criminals themselves. And if you knew the whole story, you would see how they were the criminals. Clear as day. You would see
crystal
that.
Clear.
So the emotion I went through on that exact situation was about every emotion you could possibly have. From feeling stupid to finding what might be a great solution to part of the problem, to being angry at both sides. The friend that was the traitor, as well as the people doing the incarceration, and seeing the evil on both sides. To the point of wanting to be a warrior and just go solve.
Yeah, and David, that evil is just the lack of God in their life and the lack of being God and doing what's right. I mean, it's pretty simple. We don't do those things.
Yeah, I know we don't do those things. We try to stop doing those things. We try to handle things as peacefully as we possibly can.
Yep.
And at the same time, there is some there's this feeling we get inside, like, who is going to stop it? I mean,
well, who's not going to stop it, but God will.
I find a little peace knowing that the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. Okay?
True enough.
But at the same time, I can't laugh, and I have a hard time knowing that I've been a warrior in my heart and soul, generationally or in previous lives or whatever, including in this life, I've been a warrior for generations. It's in my DNA going back thousands of years. I know my family's history, and it's always stood for its people.
Yep.
And it's always stood up against evil. And in the old days, they just chopped people's heads off.
Yeah, there's a lot of bar members who we have to at least chop the head of that snake off at that bar association for sure.
Yeah. Well, it kind of reminded me of the thief that hung on the cross with Jesus. You know, he'd never been baptized. He had no communion. He had no confirmation. He never spoke in tongues. He was never served on a mission. He didn't volunteer to help people. He had no financial gifts. He owned no church clothes. He never went to church. He couldn't even bend his knees to pray. He didn't say a sinner's prayer. He was a criminal. He was worthy of death. He knew he had done wrong. He knew he belonged on that cross. He knew that he had a sentence that he deserved. And Jesus, he didn't take away his pain. He didn't heal his body. He didn't smite down the people who scoffed at him. The man was a thief, and he walked into paradise in the same hour as Jesus simply by believing in him. He didn't have anything to offer other than his belief that Jesus was who he said he was. Okay?